Hey everybody! So I'm not sure how my room is going to look. This might look like this is going to be a flashback, or it's going to look the same because I haven't changed the room. Like I haven't cleaned the room yet, as I said I was going to. I'm doing this before I do all that, and the reason I'm doing it now is because I have my system set up here the way that I want, and I don't want to. I just finished. The other day, I just finished mixing down Fred is Dead, and I don't want to mess with what I got here. So let me just show you what I got. Let's see if it pops up. There it goes. So this, I put this picture on Facebook, and I got a lot of questions. So as you can see, I got everything's up. This is down. These are all up. This is at 10. This is all the way up. And I got a lot of questions about a lot of it. I thought I would explain the song because I did release it on SoundCloud. It is getting, at this point, I don't know if it has been released. I'm assuming it probably won't be yet, but it's going to be on the Fall Song Challenge by 44 Recording. So I worked on this song. This song is old. I've played it many times. The drums are stereo. They were recorded on a 4-track back in the 90s. I thought I'd go over the song because people are asking about the song. They're like, oh, let's, how did you do the song? Like, that seems to be the question that everybody has. So, like, my little techniques that I use for stuff. So, first off, let me just switch over again. Right now I have it, I put the solo on, it's on the bass, so you can hear the bass line. Here we go. Now, what am I doing with it? See how loud I am there. I'm going to turn the song down a bit. So what I did, go to Effects, go to Guitar. I am actually using the amp. It's hard to read because of the thing. But it's on 4x12B. I have the tone all the way up. Master's almost all the way up. It's at 9. And then I have gain just at 8, so it's slightly up, just enough to give it the sound, and it's doing it on play. Now, why on play? Because I didn't want to, I recorded it clean, and this was an afterthought. So the other thing I did, I might just put the preference, let me do the preference thing, hang on. This will only take a second. Brightness, bring the brightness all the way down. Now you can see my screen, there we go. All right. So now on the mixer, on track 8, you can see I have it going out. It's got a little bit of a slapback. The slapback is very, 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 very faint. It's not a lot. It's just like a boom, 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 boom. It's actually just a boom, boom, and it just brings out a little bit more. So that's what I did there. As you can see, the EQ looks weird. I have the mids cropped out. I have the bass up just to bring the bass out a bit more. So that's one thing I did. So that's that. So now let's talk about vocals. Let's go back to the song. Now, as you know, I'm one guy who always says, mark your songs, and this is what I did in this case. So we will go back to, I just saw what looked like a ghost, but it was just a piece of hair flying. So I'm going to solo the vocals. There are 3 vocal tracks, and then there's 2 that are bounce backs. That's what this is here. So what I have, slide her over, I have the lead, so I doubled up the leads. I'm going to talk about the best ways of doing that at some point too. This is the octave one. So I took one of the leads and I just dropped it an octave using the RPS, the pitch shifter, my old Boss pitch shifter, which I've done a video on as well. Then I have it bouncing back and forth because we took Jeremy, I'm going to put a link on his. He released a ambient music CD. He released it, so I'm gonna put his link on there for the YouTube to his YouTube stuff, so you can listen to it if you like ambient music. He's the one who did the solo for this. So what I did was, so double this up, slight left, slight right on the vocals, then track 3 being the octave. So if I play it,
step right up and take a seat, 'cause we're the ones who will question you about your life.
and then you can hear in the background, you can hear it going up, up, up. So I put a little bit of slap back on there as well, just to bring it out. The octave, let's do the octave here. So the octave makes it sound nasty. Yeah, so what I did was, on that one, so we just took the word end. I literally took the word end, and I set it to record from that point on. So it just does the word end. So when you listen, let me just go back up here, because I got to see where I am here. Mark 3, Mark 2. So do it again, so you watch here.
Step right up and take a seat, 'cause we're the ones who will question you about your life and who you'll meet. You have reached the end.
And that's what I did there. Now you're hearing the slapback. That is actually coming from my reverb, rack-mounted reverb system. So if I go to assign, you'll see that E and F are assigned to the stereo bus, meaning that it's just coming through the stereo bus. So while I'm doing the mix down, that's where it's coming from. Oh, excuse me. And that is what you want. You want it to. That's when you want to do this. You want to do stuff like reverb and that at the very end. And I have other stuff with reverb on it. So if you listen to, let's go over to the drums. So we'll go over to the drums for a second. Now here I have echo on. I think I have cathedral. I'll check. No, I have vocal reverb for the drums. So if I play the drums now, that's one track. Now, the one thing I did, which is quite funny, I'll go back just a bit. The one thing I did, which is, I last year I made a video on the different, trying out 4 different guitar effects. Well, I ended up, that's what this is here. So I ended up using all 4 of them at different levels, so that I'll just play I'll play them and I'll bring them in as I go along. So I blended all 4 together. Honestly, this for me is the craziest I've ever done with any recording. It's just been, I've never used this many tracks on one recording before. So that's what I did there. So I blended all the different guitar sounds that I got, and all it's all from the exact same guitar, guitars, because it's 2 different guitars, but it's all from the same direct in that I did the first one. So that's what I did there. Yeah, so that's that. So now, the solo. So first off, let me go move over to where the solo is. Here, I'm hitting stop, not fast forward. The solo is right there. Now, Jeremy, this is all Jeremy right here, from 9 to 22. So he gave me 6 stereo tracks. He technically gave me 7. I'm putting on the solo stuff there. He gave me 7. The 7th one I could not fit because I already had the 4 guitar tracks, and I didn't want to mess with what I had there. I wanted to keep it. I wanted to keep it separate. I wanted to fiddle with it because I couldn't find the guitar sound I wanted just yet, so I wanted to just leave it, not do a bounce, like take all four and just bounce them onto two. So I just left them all, and at the time I was like, I got lots of tracks, and then I started to wither away. So this is Jeremy's. Now I'm going to show you on the mixer because he did a very he calls it shoegazing. I think that's a good term for it. Let's go to the mixer. So if I look at track 9, I did nothing to it. So as you can see I did mids and lows, and I brought up the middle more on some. On some I didn't do anything. And the reason I did that was I want to get rid of there's a lot of extra reverb that was, I liked it, but it was just too much. And I'll be honest with you, this solo took a bit to grow on me because I'm not used to this kind of solo, but it did grow. So let's give it a quick listen. At some point, track 11 comes in. There it is. So that is what he gave me. So yeah, I was like, at first I'm like, holy crap, it's 6 tracks, and then I put them on, and it was like, oh yeah. It was different, and so that's why it has this weird hump. I think a lot of people look at this and they go, "Why is this all weird here?" Well, because I didn't want a lot of that guitar sound. I like this one the best, and I kind of blended it the way I wanted. Same with this, I blended it the way I wanted it. Bass, I put it where I wanted it. I did not add any extra reverb, any extra effects to the guitar solo. That is just the way it is. Now, I did, let's go up to the mixer. I did add on, let's see, so if I go track 23, 24, you'll see I added some, I had a very minute amount of, on all of these, I add a very minute amount of the vocal reverb. So the drums, the drums are just, they're covered in it. But what happens is, and this is, see, you don't want to go too far. I know a lot of people are like, oh, the 80s, lots of reverb on the drums. Yes, but the reason why I didn't do a lot of it is because, oh, I started at the beginning. Let me just fast forward one. I don't know where I am here. There we are. So once the guitars come in, the massive amounts of reverb, listen to me, reverb disappeared. And if I stop, so yeah, it sounds better once to me, I liked it at the beginning. If it's just bass, if I do just bass and drums, now if you follow on my 15-minute mix down, I always do drums and bass first, and I try to get a sound that I like from them first. So that's what I did. That's what I did there. Now, I love. I gotta say, my Steinberger bass, the 5-string, for recording is amazing. I love playing it, and I love listening to it on a recording. It just has that sound that I've been looking for, so I'm happy with that too. Yeah, I have not done any videos yet with my pedals that I bought, but I will. I'm going to play with them in a bit and see what I can come up with. Yeah, that's about it, I think. Yeah, I think we're good. Yeah, once again, thanks to everybody who subscribed. Thanks to everybody who's commented. It's been amazing. I'm having a great time, and we will continue next week. Yeah, I'm saying next week because even though I am doing this on my break, I just wanted to make this video because I didn't want to lose this. Yeah, I'm. It's gonna be fun. So there's gonna be a lot of stuff. So I will talk to you guys later, and have a wonderful night or day or whatever. Talk to you later. Bye.